I would say chances are you also was raised by YouTube, in which case, see if you could help me out here. I can't quite put it into words, but I can't help but to think that there was something about back then that today is missing. Now you could just chalk this up as me looking at the past through a rose-tinted window, but then again, why the hell wouldn't I? It's a nice view. Look at that, Jacksepticeye is still editing his videos. But pacing falling out of fashion aside, I do have an idea of what it could be. Maybe it was the fact that back then, people were still collectively figuring out this whole YouTube thing. Thumbnails were yet to be saturated to high hell. Switching from sentences didn't need to be accompanied by rosary effects or a muted background for making points. Having the decency to not attention bait didn't mean that YouTube's gonna put you in algorithm jail. Or what am I trying to say here? People used to be original. Say what you will about Jake Paul softcore baiting his preteen audiences, but at least he pioneered that shit. Which just goes to show how much of a better place YouTube used to be, that even the third best Paul brother had a silver lining. But I'd really hate to end off with a compliment to Big JP, so here's 5 of my favorite YouTubers growing up. You're watching Underqualified, and I should really be studying. Number 5. Kwebbelkop. Kwebbelkop. What's there to say about this guy that hasn't been said by Sunny V2? They say that it's healthiest to let go after losing someone important, but they never cover what to do when their corpse gets possessed by the demon prince of greed himself. I started watching Jordy during a very rough transitional phase in life. It was me switching from primary to junior high. I was entering this new and alien environment while still being the same old Sam. So needless to say, I did not have a good time. But clearly, there was never a headline about any kind of mass school biting. So what kept all the other kids with the pumped up kicks from needing to outrun, me? It'd be pretty weird to tell that story in this section without it being, the Screaming Dutchman. Some of my favorites of his would be the GTA V races, the ones that he would do with Jillian's logo. This was way back when he would actually play the games himself. There was also those ones where he would just pimp out an entire ride, and the thumbnails would be a preview of the completed thing. I remember pausing those videos to see all the other options because they would always get the most expensive ones instead. Man, at the very least, he could serve as a great cautionary tale. Let that be a lesson to all of us. Greed kills. Cancel that internship, reject that job offer. Your buddies need a fourth in GTA 5, goddamn you. Number 4. VanossGaming. I don't know what it is about these videos with YouTubers playing together being all buddy-buddy, but I just can't get enough of them. I guess they do say that you only want what you can have, but I digress. I really should have specified it to be the VanossGaming crew, cause Vanoss kinda have solo stuff, but there's a reason why you've heard it here first. The VanossGaming crew really is the LeBron James of YouTube. More LeBron James than LeBron James even, cause they're actually a group of people. The other guy should really just be LeBron James, But besides that, they're both identical, consistently great, and have been in the game for forever. If you guys didn't know, these fellas were pioneers of the whole gaming scene here on YouTube. Back then, people still gave each other the benefit of the doubt. Surely no one's unemployed enough to want to watch other people play video games. But these intrepid few chose to brave through the dubs and found out that it doesn't matter what the format is, all that the people want to watch are just good, clean debaucheries. And that's all they've been uploading ever since. My all-time favorites of these guys are their Doomsday Heist videos. Those missions were just back-to-back shenanigans. And I don't know who sure was, but these fools definitely nan-nagans. They're in a bit of a decline recently, so fingers crossed for a return to form, of course, featuring Minilad. Number 3. Jacksepticeye. What the hell happened? I mean, I get that people change as they grow older, but at the same time, you don't look at Jar Jar Binks and think, in 4 years time, this guy's gonna lead the Jedi Council. Come on. I watched Jacksepticeye from green hair all the way to blue hair, and he was way different back then. His videos were shorter, more high-paced, and had enough energy to power New York. I guess he must have burned through his uranium supply. You can sort of see it in the hair. I tell ya, I used to just inhale Jacksepticeye content back then. Every 15 minutes or so, you'd hear whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. It definitely, permanently jacked up my brain chemistry. Get it? Jacked up? Whoosh. Naturally, my favorite is Happy Wheels, because I couldn't open up Live Leak on my mom's phone, so this just had to make do. But in all reality, as long as Jacksepticeye uploaded something, I knew it was gonna be a banger. Get it? Jacked up? Whoosh. Number 2, CaptainSauce. He is the smallest YouTuber in this entire list, but that by no means translates to how great he was. We go by street rules in this website, and CaptainSauce is bringing in a knife. Now saying that, I think I'm building him up to be this genre redefining YouTube bad boy, but he was the exact opposite, pretty much as cookie cutter as they get. He doesn't raise his voice, his edits are just cut and much. Appearances wise, close your eyes and think of a Canadian. Yeah, you got him. Maple syrup in hand and everything. That said, he was entertaining, consistently so. And I know I said more or less the same thing about the Vanoss crew, but there's only so many C4 Franks that you could watch before it gets old, okay? He didn't have other people constantly laughing to fill in his videos, but there weren't much voids either. Just absolutely smack dab in the middle pacing and tone. And sometimes, that's all you want from your Canadian. Number 1, DanTDM. I think you can sorta tell by now that growing up, I was one of those kids. You know the ones. I'd hate to generalize, but there were definitely commonalities within our kind. If you were to take the phones of those kids, which wouldn't be all too hard, you were never known to be physically able, you would always find Minecraft in there. Be it causation or correlation, you decide, but that was just the case. Now, if you were also of our culture, then you would still remember the plague that was fake Minecraft crafting videos. You would click on one that goes, how to craft a working time machine in Minecraft, because of course you would, and then you would sit through the entire 5 to 10 minutes of this 1080p screen recording that has no audio, well besides Dreamscape blasting in the background. And then you would take out your suspiciously obtained copy of Minecraft, you do everything that the guy did, only to find out that you've been lied to. Again. And yet, like moth to a flame, you'd be back the next day to do it all once more. I must have burned through a small fortune in those 8GB data packets doing this, but I suppose this story do have an upside. In one of these data benders, I stumbled upon one that was different. Immediately, it didn't feel like some guy just opened up OBS, and then the dialogue started, and to my shock, he was an Indian. Then the video resumed and, hold on, how come that village is talking? And, hold the phone? Is that a skeleton dog? So I already correctly guessed that this was all modded and none of this can be recreated, but by that point, I was just hooked. So I watched the entire thing regardless and was blown away. Looking back, it's insane just how well made these videos were, especially when you consider that this was just one dude behind a screen. For reference, that's about the same amount of resources I'm currently working with, and I'm sure you've seen PowerPoints with better editing. The story-based ones were understandably few and far in between, but the unscripted videos were also pretty fun to watch. Let's see here, there was The Escapists, Scribblenauts, Roblox, modded showcases. The talented kids know that that's where the real good shit is. And I would have consumed exclusively DanTDM content to this day, if not for the fact that around the 4th grade, some of the kids started using some really interesting words, and life was never the same. But with that, I got nothing else for ya. See you next time, nerds.